Okay, so the day's come. The appointment for the general hospital is here. So it was a morning appointment. It was raining, it was dark, it was drizzly outside. We're now into October. So we drive over to the general, and I'm just recreating everything with my mum at the moment. So even though the hospital is obviously different, in my mind, I'm playing the same hospital that my mum went into to get whatever news she got, to get the breast cancer news. Of course, she knows what she got, but this is now playing in my mind. So we go into the foyer, the reception area. It's completely dead. There's nobody on the desk, and then somebody turned up. It was getting people just whatever. It was just seemed empty. Oh yes, Mr. Anderson, we have you. If you take a seat, you get called in. Okay. So we sat down, 15, 20 minutes must have gone by, and then a doctor came out and he says, "Oh, Mr. Anderson, nice to meet you. Are you ready to come in?" I said, "Yeah, right, let's do this." So my heart's skipping off several beats at the moment because this is it. This is the day. This is the day we're going to find out what's going on and what we do to treat it. So we went into a side room, and there is I would say, a doctor who's in his 50s, late 50s, I would say. Very Victorian type decor in this office. You got this old, great, big, massive desk that you remember your teachers used to have. It was a very cold room. And the doctor said, "Do you mind if I bring some colleagues in on this, some trainees, because they're learning all about this?" I said, "Yeah, that's fine." And about 9 different trainee doctors came in and then stood behind them all with their clipboards and pens and everything. So I now have an audience. Belinda had also prepared a list of questions that she wanted to ask. So the doctor led off. He said, "Okay, right, we've had all the results back, and what we can conclude is that you have stage 4 advanced bowel and liver cancer." So the cancer wasn't just restricted to the bowel, it metastasized to my liver. It's very serious, it's very late stage cancer. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that your treatment plan, you don't have the very, very best of odds. That there's 2 really ways we can play this. We can treat you with chemotherapy and see if it has any sort of effect, or we can just make you comfortable. Make me comfortable. Are you saying that I can't be? Obviously, says they can have chemotherapy, but by saying, "Do you want to make me comfortable?" What are you talking about? He says, "Well, end stage normally means the chances of you surviving this beyond 3, maybe 6 months is extremely low, because it's that far gone." Right. Okay. And I just remember going into a bit of a trance at the moment, and Belinda fired off all of her questions to the doctors about the type of cancer it is and the breakdown of it. RAF cancer, DRAF or MRAF, or she had all these questions about the different types of cancer, and the doctor was happy to answer all the questions for her. So after all that had gone and all the junior doctors had taken their notes, they said, "Well, okay, so how would you like to proceed, Mr. Anderson?" And I said, "Well, look, we'll go for the chemotherapy, obviously. I mean, I'm assuming that could extend part of my life, no?" He said, "Well, in your case, not necessarily. Might end up doing more damage than good, but it has to be your choice." So we chose to fight. We chose the chemotherapy. He said, "Oh, okay, well, look, the waiting list for chemotherapy is obviously quite long. There's a lot of people that's got cancer and that needs chemotherapy. So it's October now. I think we get you started in January and then go from there." So you want to waste another 2 months? Okay, makes sense. Which is when Belinda said, "No, absolutely not. If we're going to give him every chance, then we start it now." He said, "Well, we have this big waiting list." Again, it's all about this waiting list, and I get it. I'm no different to anybody else, but Belinda really did fight hard to say that that's ridiculous. If he's already end stage, isn't it better to get chemo in him quicker than later? So eventually they agreed. So this mythical waiting list turned out to be total bollocks because he agreed. He agreed to get me started ASAP. We just needed to speak to one of the administration nurses and find out when I can get booked in and get all this going. Okay, so we went out and had to have another blood test. And then we met a nurse, and then she said, I'll see what I can do. And it turns out I start my first chemo session in 2 weeks. I can't remember it. There is a photo of me having my first chemo session, which I'll attach to this video. But we managed to sort that bit out. And no, we're not waiting until January to do this. Our fight starts now. And luckily they found me a spot and they got me into it. So yeah, it was a hard meeting. It was a cold meeting. It's a factual meeting. There's no care. There's no best interest. There's no offer of support. It's just very matter of fact. This is what you've got. This is what's going to happen. What do you want to do about it? You're the doc. You're the expert. Help me. But no, they don't do that. They don't offer suggestions at all. I don't know. It's because they're afraid of being wrong or whatever. But they don't offer any sort of suggestions at all. Or my doctors didn't offer any suggestions. It was very much, you've got this. You can do this. What do you want to do? So that was hard. But we chose to fight, and luckily enough, we got into chemo in the next couple of weeks to get this treatment started. And that was it. So that's how I found out I was stage 4 advanced bowel and liver cancer. My CE levels were off the chart. It was looking 3 months, 3 to 6 months if I was lucky, but it was bad. Here's the thing. I felt normal. I didn't feel poorly. I didn't feel sick. My foot's gone right back down now. It's now a human colour. I feel strong. It just, I know I've got what I've got, but it just doesn't connect to what I'm being told. I feel strong. So how can I be being told I've got this debilitating disease when I don't feel like I've got it? Strange. But we'll go through what happened all through the chemo sessions next and the lead up to it. And again, hopefully, well, not hopefully, I hope nobody ever has this stupid disease, but people that have got the disease, hopefully you'll see some of my journey and what you've already been through as well. Because it's not easy. Chemotherapy is not easy on anybody. I know people that have died from chemotherapy. I've met people that have not taken to it very, very well. And it's made them worse, but I'll go through my bit in the next few videos.